Hello there. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. I haven't recorded anything in a while. I was in Ireland all summer, and um, it was just kind of an odyssey. It was a very interesting time and very beautiful in many ways, and very hard in many ways. Not so much because of Ireland, but probably because of me. But I seem to have come back with this renewed, like really revitalized and a new sense of freedom. And I'm thinking of St. Augustine's late have I loved thee and late have I loved thee, Lord. And I think for me, it's late have I trusted thee. I mean, I've always feel like I've loved Christ, but it's so hard for us, I think it's a lifelong journey to truly believe we're loved and we don't have to earn love and we can't and etc. So anyway, I just wanted to share because, okay, so this is my prayer, right? To grow in love and just grow in love a little bit every day. So these are I just read this great book. It's very short, The Way of the Disciple, Erasmo Leiva Marikakis. It's hyphenated, his last name, Leiva, and then Merikakis. A bunch of you may know him. He's in Magnificat quite a bit. I think now known as Brother Simeon. He's a Trappist monk at the an abbey in Spencer, Massachusetts. But anyway, so he's got this short book, but there's this wonderful passage where he talks about rest, which, like probably most people, although I can only speak for myself is, sometimes it's just hard to find sometimes, that inner rest. So anyway, he says, true, Jesus, quote, gives us rest, but we must be clear that such rest is totally different from resting up in order to get back to the daily toils of life, different too from recreation or distraction or vacationing, all of which are ordered to getting back to the serious part of life. It seems to me that this, quote, rest for our souls, unquote, is intended by Jesus to be a real and genuine state of life, the natural condition in which a child of God habitually exists, and not just a passing phase of recovery. It is a deep condition of soul that is quite compatible with all the ordinary exterior activities and efforts of human life. The one who truly becomes God's child, like Jesus, enjoys such rest as the very element of existence in which he swims. This rest is not laziness or a restoration of energy in order to get back to serious work. It is an end in itself. And, the message I'm getting is so much like, it's wonderful that I have a teeny gift of writing and whatever else I do, but, really, um, like, how about taking a walk with a friend or having coffee with a friend or going out to explore a new trail in Tucson or going to the Tucson Museum of Art or like that, or having people over for tea or this, the community, of which I have some more to say. I'm going to have some more to say because I met this. Sometimes maybe I went to Ireland for 3 months to hear this one thing that I will talk about in another talk. But so anyway, I think that abiding state of rest is what my whole life has been leading toward, what I'm feeling more of, and it has, because all roads lead to prayer. Everything is based on prayer. Uh, Brother Simeon says, if you want to, he's basically, if you want to be an active person in the world, like you got to be a contemplative. Everything must be grounded in prayer. So to that end, this is another little thing that's helped me a lot. Every morning in my morning prayer, one of the things I say, I guess it's called the daily offering. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, I offer you my prayers, works, joys, and sufferings of this day in union with the holy sacrifice of the Mass throughout the world. I offer them for the intentions of your Sacred Heart, the salvation of souls, the reunion of all Christians, and for the Holy Father's prayer intentions for that month, which this month, by the way, is the Pope himself, and which I think is wonderful because what a job. He needs our prayers. But anyway, okay, so, and then I also read this it's a bookmark put out by Al-Anon Family Groups. I've had this dog-eared thing for years. It's called Just for Today. And there's also a daily decalogue that was put out by or promulgated by a pope who, of course, now I can't remember which one, the 20th century pope. And it's very similar to the Al-Anon Just for Today bookmark. In fact, I once wrote Al-Anon headquarters and said, basically said, okay, who stole it from who? And they answered in this kind of lovely cryptic way, I think. Anyway, whatever the point, whether you want to look up the Daily Decalogue or the Just for Today, one of the things in the Just for Today bookmark says, just for today. It's like this begins just for today. I will try to live through this day only and not tackle all my problems at once. I can do something for 12 hours that would appall me if I had to keep it up for a lifetime. Just for today, I will be happy, etc. But one of the things it says is just for today, I will exercise my soul in 3 ways. I will do somebody a good turn and not get found out. If anybody knows of it, it will not count. The other 2 are I'll do at least 2 things I don't want to do just for exercise, and then I will not show anyone that my feelings are hurt. They may be hurt, but I will not show it. They're not talking about tamping down or repressing your feelings, but they're talking about sort of, do we have to be sort of overly touchy? But back to, I will do somebody a good turn and not get found out. So, I tend to think of things like, oh, I'll pick up some trash from the street or pick up the bathroom stall or something like that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, obviously. It's a good exercise to try to think of something every day. But what I've come up with through, I think, the morning offering too, not to mention one of my most unsavory character defects, a really profound sort of tendency to, have sort of instant dislikes and resentments and sort of groom judgments and grooming them. And so I'm really trying when those come up to nip them in the bud. And if I've had, say during the course of the previous day, you know how it is, you hear of someone or read of something, you're just like, oh, what a substandard person. And then you sort of think about how substandard he or she is. It's completely hideously anti-gospel. And so I will, unfortunately for me, there's usually many such people where they're rattling around in my head. Sometimes it's a long stand, something, some grudge, some slight that I can't let go of that happened like 15 years ago. But anyway, so I will pick out one of those people and dedicate my day to them, my works, prayers, joys, and sufferings of that day. I will say, okay, I'm going to devote my day to, fill in the blank. I won't impugn or really sully my own Black character by naming names, but it can be a celebrity, it can be a political figure, it can be a religious figure, it can be someone among your circle of family and friends, and then maybe I really try in the morning prayer to sort of put myself in their place in a way to, instead of looking at the world from my perspective, look at it from them, from theirs, what they might struggle with, what their fears and wounds might be. And then I often may not even think of the person really consciously during the day, although I might, if I try to pray a rosary each day, and I might like think of them at the beginning of the rosary and just say, okay, this is for them. Anyway, I think it all goes to this. It shows that we do have some power over creating this state of rest, or sort of cooperating with Christ and the Father who and the Holy Spirit, who of course want nothing more than for us. We will make our abode in thee, in you rather. It says the Father and I will if they find a hospitable place in our hearts, they will come and make their abode in us. So, I want my heart to be that place where they feel at home. And they're not going to feel at home in a heart that's conflicted with just mean thoughts and petty thoughts and so forth. So, anyway, I urge, it's a great book, The Way of the Disciple, and the Just for Their Day bookmark. Excellent. Ends with the St. Francis prayer, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. So anyway, that's some of what's going on in the interior life. And then, there's so much else. I mean, I'm now obsessed. I won't get into it, but like I finally watched the movie 1953 Shane with Alan Ladd, and I'm completely obsessed. I sent away. I've just ordered an Alan Ladd biography. He had a super tragic life, but this movie is incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's been named by the American Film Institute as one of the best 10 westerns of all time. And I'm not a western person at all, but I watched it and I was just blown away. He's really sort of a knight, a medieval knight Christ figure in a way. There's a lot of meat in the movie. Anyway, there's just a million things where my life is so full of wonderful books and film and walks. And so it's just a nice time. And I wanted to sort of express my gratitude and pass on my little growing and love tips. Anyway, thank you so much. And I hope you all have wonderful Thanksgiving.